Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello Squiz Kids listeners and welcome to another Kids vs Adults weekly news quiz. Your chance to see who's had their listening ears on and been paying the most attention to the week that just was. I'm Bryce Corbett. All week in the Squiz Kids Today podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. Now, it's time to test how much of the week's news you've retained. So here's how it works. 5 questions for kids about the week in news, then 5 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Simples. You ready? Let's do this. Alright kids, here are your 5 questions. Question number 1. Which state's NRL team, Queensland or New South Wales, won the first game of the State of Origin this week? Yeah, that's right, it was Queensland. Question number 2. We heard in the podcast yesterday that the Bureau of Meteorology has forecast for this winter to be warmer or colder than usual. Yep, that's right, they said it's going to be a warmer winter than usual. Yay! Question number 3. We also heard in the podcast this week how climbers on the world's highest mountain were leaving behind piles of rubbish. What's the name of the world's highest mountain? Yeah, that's right, it's Mount Everest. Question number 4. Which Australian capital city was shaken this week by an earthquake? Yeah, that's right, it was Melbourne, if you can believe it. Question number 5. Back at the start of the week, the greatest women's soccer player Australia has ever produced was celebrating a win for her club Chelsea in the Women's Super League in England. Which player am I talking about? Yeah, of course, I'm talking about the amazing Sam Kerr. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 5? Do you reckon that's enough to beat the adults? Yeah, I reckon so too. All right, adults, now it's your turn. Fire up the grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. Western Australians were shocked this week to discover their long-serving Premier was resigning. What is his name? Yeah, that's right, it's Mark McGowan. Question number 2, bit of a tough one to keep you on your toes, give the kids a bit of a fighting chance. What's the name of the man who will replace Mark McGowan as WA Premier? Yes, well done if you said Roger Cook. Question number 3. The tax office scandal engulfing one of Australia's big 4 accounting firms only deepened this week. What's the name of the firm caught up in all the trouble? Yeah, that's right, it's PwC or PricewaterhouseCoopers. Question number 4. Speaking of bad weeks, in what was the highest profile defamation suit in the country, who lost in his court case against 9 newspapers on Thursday? Yes, that's right, it was Ben Roberts-Smith. Question number 5. Having an altogether better week in Paris was which Aussie player at the French Open who had the biggest win of his Grand Slam career, beating Stan Wawrinka on Wednesday night? Yeah, that's right, it was Thanasi Kokkinakis. All right, adults, how did you go? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who won bragging rights this week? Remember, if you've missed any of these cool news stories throughout the week and you want to refresh your memory, all of this week's Squiz Kids episodes are available for a re-listen wherever you get your podcasts. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. Don't forget, there'll be a new one dropping first thing every Saturday morning. And the best bit, they're absolutely free. just as our other excellent content is now available for free too. We're talking Squiz Kids Shortcuts, a 10-minute deep dive on a range of cool topics, out every Monday. Squiz the World, in which Amanda takes kids on an audio excursion to a different country each week, which is out every Wednesday. And for all the teachers out there, there's the Classroom Companion, our teacher-produced daily classroom activity sheets, curriculum aligned and tied to news stories in the daily podcast. Genius. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or simply subscribe to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and all the audio content will magically appear automatically. For now though, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.